The following footage is a recreation of the original game recorded live. Some of the events of the game may not be accurate and will be noted on the screen if incorrect. Thank you for your patience. Hello pilots and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 9, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today is the penultimate episode of the season. The final one that we've had to recreate on TTS. Please, Force, make me never have to do this again. As I said in the preamble, there are a few things that don't look right on the board, bumps, etc. They are highlighted on there. We have tried to do this as accurate as possible, but it's really, really not easy. The one thing we can tell you is that the damage and points results by the end of the game are accurate here. But we've got myself versus Ned on the table, Scum versus Resistance. It is ancient knowledge as the scenario for this. At the start of this week, Ned was joint third, so he's looking to get himself up into third, possibly second place. I was right at the bottom of the table, having a good time, having only won one game this season, but getting quite a few kills in there. So aiming for my second win of the season. 2 out of 10, 1 out of 5. That's not bad, right? All in all, having a great time with it. But first shot, that's how you do it. Triple crit into ZZ. But ZZ's got a token, so getting triple evades there. No damage into ZZ. That's a shame. Would have been lovely to have obviously put some serious hurt into ZZ early. Those A-wings, as we've discussed, are a bit of a menace, kind of lacking teeth. If you have looked back in one of the previous games talking about the A-wing with the comments, give it an extra red dice and it will be an absolute brute in the game. But Chewie is now coming around the board, grabbing that objective at the top to start scoring some points with the ancient knowledge. I do really like this scenario. It's a really cool addition to this, and it makes grabbing the objectives even more interesting than just, oh, you hold it, you're going to score points. I really like ancient knowledge. But yeah, basically Chewie is now moving himself back into the board. Very split up setup for Ned there. Chewie at one end, ZZ at the other. Kavil taking a commanding spot in the centre of the board again. Not a bump. I really had the obstacles in terrible positionings this time. Didn't get them lined up very well at all. Yeah, if you ever try and recreate a game from live footage that isn't particularly great to see on TTS, good luck to you is all I will say. But objective captures there from both Ketsu and Kavil. As long as they don't spend those, that's going to be a good 2 points for me on the board there. Again, Flight Academy Season 9 was done before the most recent update from XWA, so it is still based on the 10 points, 1 and 2 points for scoring objectives. We are working out Season 10, which will be under the new system. Just trying to figure that one out a little bit. But again, Ketsu is going to look to have another shot at ZZ, although I think Kavil's going to have a go first. Thinking back on this, maybe it would have been better for Ketsu to shoot first, see if she could tractor ZZ. But hit focus, double evade, double focus for ZZ. Those green dice working wonders. She's going to grab herself a focus token there. And Ketsu is going to switch targets over onto Chewie. Looking back at this, I don't like it. I would have stuck in with ZZ, but we are getting one shield down on Chewie there, and a strain on to Ketsu. I really feel that I probably, in hindsight, should have gone Ketsu into ZZ, followed by Kavil, get that tractor onto ZZ there, and reduce those evade dice. But you know, hindsight is 2020, as they say. And Chewie is going to take his shot into Kavil. 2 hits, not spending the ancient knowledge, but 2 evades for Ketsu for the range. So, still, we are into round 2, going into round 3, and only 1 damage on the board so far. The green dice have been very impressive so far. 2 points to 1 in my favour with the 2 objectives, and Kavil is dropping the objective. All very aggressive from Chewie, moving right up into the middle of the board there. His arc is left and right, so he's going to look to be really pressuring any ships that are still there. Not a bump. And ZZ just zooming up the board as fast as only an A-wing can, looking to capture some objectives there. So now that is 2 ancient knowledge for Ned and 1 for myself currently. So the one in the middle and the one at the bottom are still free to be grabbed. And just putting those charges back in place. No matter how much I locked those charges down, anytime a ship went anywhere near it, just sent them flying. So I should probably just lock them to the table rather than the objective marker, but that is an aggressive push up there from Ketsu, really looking to say, ZZ, you are mine this turn. I am going to take you out. And there is hopefully nothing that ZZ can do about it. Again, not a bump. Reposition him there for where it should be. About there. Turned around a bit. About there. You know what? Some of the games I recreated worked out pretty good. Only had like the one slight readjust. This one, yeah, this was of the night that we recorded. It was the last one we had, and the footage was just so dark. It was hard. We did our absolute best to try and get it as accurate as possible, and it's really tricky. So apologies for that. But looks like it's going to be shooting into ZZ. Kavil going first. Again, I think I should have gone with Ketsu first with the tractors. But, I mean, that's not a bad shot. 2 hits and a crit. All 2 of those are going through. ZZ is half pointed at this stage. Is going to grab that focus, or would it be an evade there for ZZ's ability? And range 1 coming from Ketsu here. Again, should have done it the other way around. Maybe tractor ZZ. But having to spend that lock getting 3 hits in. Oh, only 2 evades. 2 focuses, sorry. Luckily, ZZ did grab the focus, so spending that 1 more damage on ZZ. And she is going to live. If I'd have done it the other way around, tractor, that could have been a huge difference there. That could have been a huge difference. We could have had ZZ down at this point. But ZZ is now tractored, not going to move ZZ, because she could then 90 degree and get a shot. Happy for ZZ not to have a shot at me, to be honest. All big shot from Chewie, 3 hits. 3 hits and a focus. L337 being flipped there, forcing the reroll of that. It is 2 hits and a focus after that reroll. Spending that focus for 3 hits into Ketsu, and just the 1 focus for Ketsu there. So that is going to be 2 shields and a hit. A really substantial hit in there from Chewie there, but half points on ZZ. Scoring those 2 objectives there for Ned was key. That's going to bring it 5-3 going into turn 4. So still very close, still manageable for both players, and seismic charge is being dropped by myself from Kavil. Do love a good seismic bomb. That and thermal detonators are probably my favourite devices to drop, but big zoom away there from Chewie. Chewie was the one that dropped the objective last turn, so in a really nice position to grab that this turn. I think that's the right choice for Chewie to do that, knowing he was going to get further down the board. Zizi keeping hold of it as an additional buffer for her. Probably going to want to do some fast maneuverings to get around there. And again, not a bump for either the obstacle or Zizi there. I almost should have just done it without the obstacles in there and then just told you what happened, but need to have those obstacles in there to actually look right at least. But really important, obviously I've got the initiative here, which works really in Ned's favour. He knows where I'm going to be, so he can actually react with Zizi. And of all the ships, when it comes to repositioning, the A-Wing and the TIE Interceptor, their repositioning ability is absolutely fantastic. Boosts, barrel rolls. I mean, look, right here, it's obvious. You're going to boost away. You're not going to get shot this turn. You're out of range 2 of the dorsal arc. You are out of the forward arc of Ketsu. You are going to survive this turn. That is a brilliant boost there. And it's going to be another 2 points for Ned with the objectives. Seismic charge, again, doesn't look right. Did only hit Chewie. So Chewie does take a shield off the seismic there. And should have taken the objective, should have taken that obstacle away from the middle as well. Oops. But a good scoring round there for Ned, bringing it to within 1 point, 6 points to 5. Really, really close game, this one. All about the objectives rather than the actual ship kills here so far. Chewie once again just moving down the board, keeping hold of that point to score. Kavil now grabbing an objective for himself. Can't really afford another turn of giving up 2-1 for Ned. Leveling it up makes it far too close for comfort for me. And I've had a couple of games where I've been in a really good position, got aggressive, and it's just gone absolutely backwards for me, unfortunately. Going to take time to get myself back into position as well now. All of Ned's ships are down the bottom of the board, mine are at the top, and his are much better at reacting to getting around the board quickly. So yeah, it's going to be tough for the next couple of rounds to get around, but Ketsu has rotated her arc just in case she can get there. But 7 points to 6 going into turn 6. Still so very close there. The problem is, like, Ned is either got to hope to grab 2 objectives where I've only got 1, or he really needs to start trying to get half points or taking a ship out. And Ketsu's obviously only a couple away from half points, so can do it. But if Zizi and Chewie can lock down Kavil, they have the firepower to take Kavil out quite quickly. It's only a Y-Wing. Only a Y-Wing. Doesn't have great evades, and 1 procket can easily half point Kavil. Chewie getting in there, maybe with a snapshot and another shot, that could could be one good round, takes Kavil out, scoring 4 points, really changing the game. And right now I'm not getting shots in. It's not doing very well, but 9 points to 7 is going to give me a little bit of a buffer. Going into turn 7, obviously we don't have the timer on the board there, because again, when I'm recreating it, no point putting the timer up there because I'm not going to get it to the exact timings, but this is the last round. So it is incredibly tight here, but we are going to get some shots coming into this last round. Ketsu is coming in aggressively, grabbing that central objective. That's big. Again, not a bump. But lovely position for Kavil there. Getting that arc rotated again. It's not quite in the right position. I'm pretty sure it is arc forward. Just going to reposition Zizi there because she really did clear that quite nicely. And you'll see why we want to reposition that and get that in the right spot in just a moment. And we know what's going to happen now. This is, moves Zizi out the way. Something was stuck under there. There we go. There's Kavil's target lock stuck under there. But getting Zizi back in the right spot. I think we know what's coming from Zizi in just a moment. It's not going to be nice for Kavil. So this is where Zizi's looking forward to it. I actually have the initiative here, so I'm going to be shooting first, which definitely is actually quite good for Ned because he's got that lock already. Kavil was the one that actually shot with the dorsal. It was 2 hits to the focus, went 2 hits and they crit. No mods for Zizi at this point, and Zizi does take that crit, which does take Zizi out. It was a damage sensor array. Now, Zizi is going to shoot, unfortunately, as well, I've just remembered this, having looked back at it now, Ned unfortunately did miss out on that Chewie shot. When a ship dies around Chewie, he should get another shot. But 2 hits and a focus, target lock to 3 hits, 2 focuses, spending that focus, that's a full 5 going into Kavil and getting 1 evade. So it is, not great. Kavil is half pointed there. So that's going to bring it 11 to 9. This game is, I've got this game now. Unless I have to spend ancient knowledge, well, actually, say that. Oh, only 2 hits into Kavil. He is up. 2 hits and an evade. Kavil is up with 2. So it does end 13 points to 10. There was a scenario there where taking Kavil out would have got 2 more points for Ned, which would have put it to 12, which would have left it at 12. All it would have been a draw. But that is my 2nd win of the season in the penultimate game. Fantastic game there with Ned. Real shame that we couldn't get the actual footage there for you guys. But that is game 29 of the season. You know what's up next. It's the final game, and it is Wes versus Ben for the title. Will Wes clinch it, or will Ben force a decider? In the meantime though, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.